Well, as we've been hearing, events in Ukraine are still moving very quickly. Ukraine's neighbours are amongst those warning that the crisis there could destabilise some of the region. I can speak now to one of those neighbours. He's the Romanian Foreign Minister, Titus Colațian. He joins us now from Bucharest. And a very good morning to you, Foreign Minister. Tell me just how worried Romania is about events in Ukraine.
Good morning, and thank you for the invitation. Speaking about and giving an answer to your question, if you think about the fact that Romania represents the eastern border of both EU and NATO, and also the fact that Ukraine is the largest, the biggest neighbor of Romania, you can understand that we followed with great concern, great interest, the developments, the dramatic developments in the past weeks and days, and we welcomed, of course, together with our European partners and Euro-Atlantic partners, the agreement that was signed and the fact that the violence is stopped and a political process started. It will take political efforts to implement this agreement and to have not only a 2004 constitution in Ukraine, not only an inclusive government, but also to have correct early elections concerning the presidential functions.
A long way from it, I know, or we hope, from a civil war in Ukraine. But if things were to move more in that direction, Foreign Minister, what possible effects, what are some of the effects on countries like your own?
Well, I think you took notice about different public political statements at the level of EU, for instance. Also, Romania stated very clearly that we are very supportive for the stability, the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine, and trying to avoid any dissemination of tensions in the region, because, of course, we are interested to support, based on positive political developments in Ukraine, the European path of Ukraine. We are interested to support, of course, the Republic of Moldova's European path. And what is happening in Ukraine is quite relevant for the entire region. So we are not in favor of any, let's say, temptations to divide Ukraine. We are for an inclusive approach, and this is why the political inclusive approach will be extremely important in the next days and weeks.
But presumably, if there were an increase in conflict in Ukraine, Romania may have to deal with refugees and things like that.
Well, it's natural in these circumstances that the Romanian authorities to be well prepared if necessary. But I can tell you that until now we didn't receive any, let's say, relevant information about a possible migration or problems at the border. For the contrary, it's calm, and it's a situation that we are managing as normal as possible without any problems.
And of course, we're sincerely hoping things move in the opposite direction, in the peaceful direction. If that is so, how quickly do you feel that Ukraine could become an EU member? What's the position from Bucharest?
We think that this extremely important agreement that was signed with the support, direct support of the European Union, and also Romania had the mandate to support at the last Foreign Affairs Council, exactly those elements that were included and we are seeing right now in this political agreement, it is possible to advance on the European path. If you take the final conclusions of both last European Foreign Affairs Council, you will see that it is written in very clear terms that the associated agreement and the free trade agreement for Ukraine, it's not the final goal. That means there is a European perspective which is recognized within the European Union, but is based on the legitimate and sovereign will of Ukraine. And we are respecting the sovereign will, and we expect that all the international actors to respect the legitimate will of Kiev.
OK, Mr. Colațian, very good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. That's the Romanian Foreign Minister.
Thank you.
Titus Colațian.